Good day everyone, I am Regina Sinho Garcia from Biswatu Block 5. So today we will talk about the specific issues in science, technology, and society. It's about biodiversity and a healthy society. Biodiversity and ecosystem. So biodiversity is defined as the vast variety of life forms in the entire earth. It encompasses all kinds of life forms, from the single-celled organisms to the largest multi-celled organisms. Its definition is in the structural and functional perspective and not as individual species. Another definition of biodiversity is the variability among living organisms from all sources, including terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems and the ecological complexes of which they are part. This biodiversity is the source of the essential goods and ecological services that constitute the source of life for all, and it has direct consumptive value in food, agriculture, medicine, and in industry. So biodiversity plays a major role in these natural dynamics. For example, a large number of golden snails in the certain area of a rice field can help predict a low production of rice harvest, since eggs of the golden snails are considered piece of rice plant. Changes in biodiversity. A change in biodiversity could have erratic effects not only in wildlife or marine life but also in human beings. For example, humans inhabiting the forest would disturb the natural order of life. Trees and plants would be affected in the land clearing operations where the houses would be built. The animals, insects, and all types of life forms in the cleared area would either be displaced or most likely be killed. Threats to biodiversity. There are major threats to biodiversity that were identified by the United Nations Environment Program, which is the WHO. These are the following. First, habitat loss and destruction, major contributing factor in the inhabitation of human beings and the use of land for economic gains. The second, alterations in ecosystem composition. Alteration and sudden changes, either within species groups or within the environment, could begin to change entire ecosystems. Alterations in ecosystems are a critical factor contributing for species and habitat loss. The third, overexploitation, overhunting, overfishing, or overcollecting of species can quickly lead to its decline. Changing consumption patterns of human is often cited as the key reason for this unsustainable exploitation of natural resources. The fourth, pollution and contamination. Biological systems respond slowly to changes in their surrounding environment. Pollution and contamination cause irreversible damage to species and varieties. The fifth one, global climate change. Both climate variability and climate change cause biodiversity loss. Species and populations may be lost permanently if they are not provided with enough time to adapt to changes climate condition. Consequences of biodiversity loss. The loss of biodiversity has many consequences that we understand, and many that we do not. It is apparent that humankind is willing to sustain a great deal of biodiversity loss if there are concomitant benefits to society. We hope they are net benefits. In many cases, the benefit seems to accrue to a few individuals only, with net societal loss. However, it is extremely difficult to estimate the future cost of losses in biodiversity or of environmental damage. Nutritional impact of biodiversity. According to the World Health Organization, biodiversity is a vital element of human beings' nutrition because it is influence to food production. Biodiversity is a major factor that contributes to sustainable food production of human beings. Nutrition and biodiversity are linked to many levels. The ecosystems, with food production as an ecosystem service. The species in the ecosystem and the genetic diversity within species. nutritional composition between foods and among varieties, cultivars, breeds of the same food can differ dramatically, affecting micronutrient availability in the diet. Health, biology, and biodiversity. The interrelation between human health and biological diversity is considerable and complex. With the current biodiversity loss at unprecedented rates, the delicate balance between human health and biological diversity is at risk. Environment-related illnesses. Some human illnesses that are found to the related with its environment include Parkinson's disease, cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, asthma, diabetes, obesity, occupational injuries, dysentery, arthritis, malaria, and depression. According to the experts, climate change could also have a serious impact on the human health and could deteriorate farming systems and reduce nutrients in some foods. In this case, biodiversity increases resilience, thus helping adjust to new environmental conditions. Relationships between human health and the environment raise many ethical, social, and legal dilemmas by forcing people to choose among competing values. Many of the issues at the intersection of health and the environment have to do with managing benefits and risk.